Imagine, you're 90 minutes deep into Iranian airspace. You're sitting in the cockpit of an F-35I Adir. It's 10:47 p.m., pitch black, and your radar is cold, because you don't want to tell every SAM battery in the country exactly where you are. Everything feels routine, until the RWR, your radar warning receiver, starts screaming. It's X-band, fire control energy. A Russian-made Tor-M1. Think of this thing like a bouncer, hiding in the dark corner of a dive bar. You don't see him until you're already inside, and by then, it's too late to turn around. Iran parks these things around the stuff they really can't afford to lose. The math here is a nightmare. The Tor's 9M331 missile can cover 12 kilometers in about 15 seconds. It pulls 28 Gs in the final turn. Your jet, it'll rip its own wings off if you try to pull more than 9. To drop your GBU-31 JDAM on the Parchin complex, you've got to get within 15 kilometers. That gives you exactly 20 seconds of breathing room before you're inside the kill zone. 20 seconds. That's it. Down on the ground, an IRGC operator is staring at a scope. He's been hiding for a week, watching coalition HARM missiles wipe out every long-range radar that was dumb enough to stay turned on. He's kept his Tor cold. He's waiting for a short-range scrap, because by the time you know he's shooting, the math is already over. Up in the air, you try to jam him. The Adir's electronic warfare suite starts pumping out noise. But the Tor isn't stupid. It hops frequencies, like a teenager switching apps. By the time you jam one channel, it's already talking on 3 more. It's like trying to spray paint a security camera, while the guy behind the desk is already calling the cops. At 18 kilometers, the RWR tone changes. It's a solid, continuous wall of sound. He's got a lock. You brake hard left, pulling 7 Gs. Chaff and flares are dumping out behind you. The G-force is trying to shove your helmet through the headrest. Your vision starts to tunnel. You drop from 22,000 feet to 14,000 in seconds, screaming through a cloud of aluminum foil. The lock breaks. You're alive. But now you're sitting at 14,000 feet, right in the sweet spot for the Missile-2 shoulder-fired missiles. These things use dual-band seekers. It's like the missile is checking 2 forms of ID. You might fool one sensor with a flare, but the second one knows you're lying. You've got no choice. You go full afterburner, trade fuel for altitude, and roll inverted. You pickle the GBU-31 in a diving release. For 8 seconds, your weapon bay doors are wide open. In the world of stealth, that's like flicking on a flashlight in a dark forest. You're not a marble on radar anymore, you're a basketball. The Tor operator sees you. His fingers are flying. He needs 4 seconds of a clean track to kill you. But the doors slam shut. The marble is back. The Tor's computer is left chasing a ghost that isn't there anymore. Now, why are we risking $100 million jet for one building at Parchin? Because of what's inside. Last time, Israel hit the mixing halls, the big blenders that make rocket fuel. Iran fixed those in 5 months, because you can buy that stuff on the open market, if you're sneaky enough. But Building 12, that's a casting facility. Think of a casting pit, like the foundation of a skyscraper. It costs 10 times more than the building, and takes years to pour. You can't just truck in a new casting pit. If you wreck the pit, the whole missile program stops dead. The GBU-31 hits the roof at terminal velocity. 2,000 pounds of high explosives turn months of civil engineering into 4 seconds of demolition. But the night is just getting started. While the F-35s are playing tag with SAMs, a flight of F-15I Ra'ams is crossing into Iraq. They're hauling Spice 1000 bombs, heading for the rest of Parchin. But then, the backseaters see something that makes their blood run cold. VHF energy. This is the Adir radar. It's an Iranian-built system that uses wavelengths about the size of the airplane itself. Imagine stealth is like hiding behind a tree. Normal radar is a flashlight. If you're behind the tree, the light misses you. But VHF is like a massive floodlight. It doesn't care about the tree, it just lights up the whole woods. The Adir doesn't guide missiles, but it tells every SAM battery in the country exactly where the invisible jets are. 1,200 kilometers to the northeast, a second strike package is already deep in the red. They're heading for Shahrud, the big one. This factory is the heart of their missile production. The pilots are flying a route nobody has ever mapped. They're low on fuel. Their margins are in the single digits. If they have to dodge a missile for 5 minutes, they don't have enough gas to get home. Suddenly, the whole desert wakes up. Mersad 16 batteries start pulsing. These are mobile SAMs. They pulse for 3 seconds, move 200 yards in the dark, and pulse again. It's a game of whack-a-mole, where the mole has a surface-to-air missile. The RAMS are easy to see. They're big, they're loud, and they're carrying external tanks. One good track, and 8 missiles are in the air. Then, the sensors pick up something else. Engine heat. 60 kilometers out, and closing fast. It's an Iranian MiG-29 Fulcrum. The Iranian pilot is hunting with his radar off. He's using his IRST sensor to scan for the heat of an engine against the cold sky. He's one of the few pilots they have left, and he's looking for a thermal bloom. The F-35 flight lead has a choice. If he turns on his radar to kill the MiG, every SAM battery for 200 miles sees him. If he stays quiet, the MiG might find the F-15s. It's the kind of choice where every answer feels wrong. He chooses silence. He trusts the stealth. He puts his jet between the MiG and the bombers, shielding his exhaust. The Iranian pilot sweeps the sky, finds nothing, and flies right past them. At the target, the weapons officers realize the intelligence was wrong. Iran hasn't just rebuilt Shahrud, they've doubled it. There are more targets than bombs. They have to triage in real time. Casting pits only, the lead calls out. The Spice 2000 bombs drop. These things use facial recognition for buildings. They look at the ground, compare it to a photo, and steer themselves right into the roof. The casting pits at Shahrud collapse. The production lines that feed the missiles hitting Israeli cities are turned into craters. When the sun comes up, Iran's ballistic missile assembly line doesn't just have a headache. It's gone. And honestly, looking at the data, it's going to stay gone for a long, long time.